Hello, give me a second to set up. I have a lot to cover because I haven't been live since last week, and there's just a lot going on with consciousness right now. Give me one sec to share this. My phone's been acting up too, so it's a little slow loading. Bear with me. One more. Alright, today my topic is letting go of fear. How everything that you want is being held back by fear, literally. We all know that. We know that the elite have these fear traps everywhere, and that humanity has a lot of fears like lodged deep in our consciousness, and how it's being kind of exploited, and literally we have to let go of these fears. Let me tell you, humanity has a fear of predators like animals, a deep-rooted fear, a fear of lack of sunlight, darkness, all sorts of fears embedded in consciousness just from a really long time ago, and we have to deal with these. That's why a lot of people in the New Age community don't really like me or a lot of the people I vibe with, because we don't ignore the negative, because if we continue to ignore it, how's it going to be any different than ignoring it when we were asleep and letting the elite do what they want? We have to stop ignoring it. We have to bring it out, and only then can we heal it and kind of transmute it. So we have to talk about letting go of fear on a serious note today. What do we really have to be afraid of? I guess a lot every day. I should be helping you guys kind of bring out these fears so that we can heal them together. That's kind of what I'm doing here with my kind of end time news. We just have a lot going on, but really what's happening in your life? Are these things affecting you? I know there's a lot going on in the UK right now. Currently, there's a lot of protests going on. There's a lot of separation going on there. So I can see if you maybe live there, and that's happening down the street from you. But are you really seeing this stuff aside from on television and on Facebook? What are you seeing in your daily life? That's more what I care about, not what's going on in the world, because I understand it's a mess and there's a lot going on, but I care more about what you guys are seeing and manifesting in your own individual lives. And I have faith that you guys aren't seeing this craziness, that actually we're becoming like beacons of peace, hopefully, and zen, and kind of like a calm in the storm. That's the goal anyway. So we kind of have to work at letting go of these fears because our light is all that's going to save this world. And so if we let others put our light out, they win. Darkness wins. So we have to shine brighter, if anything. So I know there's a lot of people always trying to dim my light. If anything, I'm going to try harder to shine brighter. Not the opposite way around. So just let go of fear completely. You're protected. You have angels and guides all around you. For the people that are doing Reiki, you even have a Reiki guide. We have so much help. We literally have an entire team per person around you. You have thousands of years worth of relatives behind you. You have so much help. I think people forget that because you can feel very alone and separate here, and I know that. And I know we're healing that separateness pain and we're going back to being one. But we have to let go of fear because it's just blocking us. All it does is it's your mind rationalizing what's going on around you. Our ego likes to kind of tie together facts and rationalize and label everything and have a name and have to know everything that's going on. And sometimes there's gaps in that, and our ego just kind of fills in those blanks. We have to let go of fear. And the thing is that we just had Saturn really close to us, literally. And that was bringing out people's egos. So I know that we're in the spiritual community and people like to throw around that word. I don't. I don't really talk about ego, but it did just surface back up for a lot of people with that energy. So hopefully when it came up, we were healing it and getting rid of it completely, the last kind of pieces of it. So we really had to love our ego too in order to get past all this. So how about there is no darkness? How about this one? You guys will love my perspective. This is just the way I live anyway. There is no darkness. Any darkness is just someone that needs healed or someone with a lack of knowledge, someone not as evolved. There is no darkness. Everyone goes to the light eventually. They might not this life, but eventually they all do. All entities do. So in my world, I try to see everyone as divine. And those that are more broken or more that some might consider dark, I try to love and heal even more because I feel that those entities need love even more and healing, and that all people need is healing and some knowledge, and some spiritual evolution and amazing things can happen, but we all go to the light. I see all of us as one, and that some of us might be at different levels of consciousness, but eventually we gravitate to the light. And if you're seeing dark things, it's a reflection of things that you need to change in your own life. It's not really in the world. There's a fine line behind that thinking, but try to elevate, try to see everything as divine, because really any darkness that you're seeing is darkness that you have to conquer in your own life. And you know what? It's easy to find people's faults real quick too. I do everything real public. I'm a little tired today. I'm having a rough morning too because I'm dealing with all these crazy emails that are kind of fear-based, and I'm trying to have an open mind, but I'm like 2 hours late going live, and I had a lot of added stress and work today. So it's very easy if you guys want to look at my videos and pick out faults with me. That's easy. I could do that for you all day long. It's real easy to really see the bad, the faults in people, the negative. It's easy to find the negative in someone. Why don't you guys try seeing them as positive? Why don't you guys try finding the love in someone, or seeing people as positive, or kind of like seeing that things are doing good? Because then if you can do that, it will make that person better. It will bring out the best in them. When we continue to see the bad in people, we're bringing out the worst in people, and it's a spiritual travesty. We have to see the good in people and stop seeing the negative and picking at people and loving them so conditionally. We have to come back to seeing the positive in people, because I won't live in that world anymore. I like to think that at least now, I'm doing this class and it's going to go great. I like that perspective better than people saying, no, this class isn't going to be good, or whatever it is. I just like that world better. I don't like living like that, where I see the negative in everything. And then I just don't like it. It just is so miserable to me. And then it produces negative thinking. Negative thinking makes you sick, etc. I just can't live like that anymore. I have to retrain myself to be positive. I have to see the positive in all of you guys. It's just my free will and my choice. So you guys have free will. I'm here to remind you today's topic would be free will too. That with that fear comes free will, and that you guys have to make this choice. No one can do it for you. So as much as I love you guys and I want to push you in the right direction and say, no, trust me, listen to me, try to change your life by being more positive, by manifesting consciously the things that you want, by letting go of fear and raising your vibration slowly, because we can't do it fast. I'm trying to say, look, please do this. But you have that free will. You guys have to do the work. I can't do it for you. And I believe that it takes a lot of inner work on this journey. I'm doing tons of inner work. You guys can see how I'm transforming right in front of your face and evolving. And my main goal in life is just to get my energy completely pure, like back to a pure state. So I work at it all the time, probably harder than anyone you know. Me and my twin flame are just all the time. This is our whole life now. And I know it takes a lot of work. So you guys have to be willing to put in the work. No one can do that for you. Your angels, your guides, they can't do it. You guys have to make an effort. You have to put in the work. You have to want to better yourself. You have to know that there's something more, and that we can leave here together. We can ascend and learn in higher dimensions, and that all it takes is putting in the inner work and kind of getting your inner to reflect the outer. So I can only kind of give you guys a push and lead by example. There's nothing I can really do. I can't come into your lives and save you and fix your problems. You guys have to do that on your own. But hopefully with a little bit of rewiring, we can all become more positive and manifest more positive results. Because I don't like the world that I'm living in. I'm going to do a little bit of news before I do cards. Sorry about my rant. It's how I handle things. I'm going to do a little bit of news. I'm just not that impressed with it. And you know what? I'm not the only one. Mother Nature's sick of it too. You guys are about to see crazy things, and the moon's coming back. It's only starting. We had a 6.9 in Guatemala, but the reason why I'm so into these earthquakes is it is moving the Earth's plates. We're gearing up for a pole shift, most likely. We're actually overdue, but this hit on the mainland of Guatemala. These plates connect, and obviously after this struck, mid-range quakes went off in Kansas heading to Nebraska. More quakes were hitting west of Yellowstone. They're actually making it very hard to find these kind of earthquakes results. They're hiding them in mainstream media. They don't want people to be concerned, but they should be. There's a super volcano there in Yellowstone, and there's magma moving underground now. So I'm not saying the volcano is going to go off anytime soon. It actually does go off every 600,000 years, and we're actually at 640,000 years, so we're actually 40,000 years overdue. So I'm not saying it's going to like go off tomorrow, but magma is moving under there, and I don't like the fact that mainstream media just likes to pick and choose what they put on there. So I'm sure you guys all saw the latest terrorist attacks all over media. You know, I just see them everywhere. But that's not what's really going on. Those are just distractions. I will be more concerned about natural events. Alright, so in Washington, we had a 2.1 magnitude explosion that took place west of the Hanford nuclear facility. This is the second time this facility has made my news in the past 2 weeks. Someone said, oh, this place has been closed down for years. No, it definitely hasn't. They had a tunnel collapse with radioactive plutonium last week, and this facility makes plutonium for nuclear bombs. They keep getting cited for not being up to code. Dr. Alexander says that Hanford could see an event comparable to the 1957 explosion known as the Kishitim disaster at Russia's Mayak nuclear facility. Kishitim was considered the world's largest nuclear disaster after Chernobyl and Fukushima. So basically what you're seeing here is there's so many events locked and loaded and ready to go. We have Yellowstone ready to go off. We have a nuclear explosion ready to go off just north of that. And then we have the San Andreas fault line kind of locked and loaded and ready to go. That's even reaching mainstream media. So we just basically have events escalating, and as people are in disharmony, the earth is going to continue to respond. So we really have never had more incentive to go back to unity, to embrace unity, unless we want to see these catastrophic events go off everywhere. Edgar Cayce would often talk of that earthquake fault line going off, and he calls it the Great Catastrophe. It's also very overdue. Basically, what you can do for this is to prepare. I'm ready. I have my light body activated. We go back to living in our light bodies. We activate our Merkaba, and then we won't be worried about a pole shift. You'll actually survive a pole shift if you have your Merkaba activated. We had an earthquake that caused a tsunami in Greenland, and it was only triggered by a 4.0 earthquake. In Mexico, we had black rain. It fell on residents after a massive refinery fire. There's been a massive series of explosions at this oil refinery plant. A massive fireball emulated from this region. They basically couldn't even do anything to put it out, and it looked really catastrophic. And then it started raining black rain from all of the oil that went into the atmosphere. India is really flooded bad too, due to heavy rainfall, but they're gearing up for massive heat waves this summer too. Let's see. I know I have a lot of news. I'm almost done now. They had a polio outbreak in Africa. The vaccines clearly did not work because these people were actually vaccinated for polio. And as you guys know, I'm always telling you guys that vaccines don't actually work to prevent any diseases usually. California, from 122 degrees in Death Valley to 100 in Sacramento. There's about to be a heat wave in many places, California and India being one of them this week. The UK is also set for the hottest summer on record. In Maryland, Baltimore cops are on a mandatory 12-hour shift as violence grows. We're seeing violence escalate. Also in the United Kingdom. Oh, the Catholic Church, I have to do anything with the Pope reptile overlord, you know. Catholic Church says sexual abuse by clergy is still unresolved with 25 new cases. Alright, I'm going to do cards now. I had to go live. Basically, all I'm seeing these fear stuff is as like, just, I don't know. I got rid of fear, like in my own life, but I've also died. I've kind of faced all my fears already this life, so I kind of live without fear. So I understand though that the fear is like a very common vibrationally complex. So we kind of had to work past this. You're not gonna vibe as high if you're afraid ever. It's just gonna completely lower your vibe. And we know that when we have a low vibe though, we're susceptible to all sorts of things, mainly spirits, maybe negative entities, whatever, just not good things. And let me remind you that angels are never gonna give you a negative message. They're never gonna tell you something out of fear. They're never gonna give you like any kind of negative message. So check the messages you're getting. Check the messages, because in my world, angels act out of love, and the things they say are out of love. I know people have different realities. Oh wow, 111 viewers.
Give me 1 sec to share this.
111 viewers. Yeah, it's a high vibe day. I'm choosing to have a high vibe week all week after Saturn left. I feel amazing. I can't see the name. Nasia Ray. Moving on. We're all moving on from anyone and anything not serving us. I'm tongue tied today. We're moving on from toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic food. We're gonna try to limit any kind of exposure to metals in our body. We know that we're kind of under a chemical warfare too, and that our water has antibiotics. It has literally estrogen being put into it. A whole chemical compound mixture is being put in our water. So we know we're being sprayed with chemtrails. It's in our food, etc. So all we can do is really limit whatever kind of chemical exposure we can. So work at eating better foods, work at eating organic foods, work at drinking distilled water. That's the kind of water that's best for you because of how it's prepared. It really gets everything out of it, all of the chemicals and stuff. Just literally work on moving on from any kind of negative, low vibe kind of situations. So for me, that looks like I had to do an inventory of the people in my life. Some of the friends on Facebook, my friends on Facebook, I have been friends with since like elementary school, high school, but I would see like negative posts all down my feed, and I felt like I was just kind of keeping people in my life out of obligation. Well, this is a family member, but they're really negative. Sometimes that looks like our parents, our siblings, whatever. Just get rid of toxic people in whatever form they come in. Alex Loveless. Prosperity begins. Well, we know we live in a manifest reality and that our vibration attracts certain things to us. So if we can tweak our vibration and we can stay high vibe, I'm only going to draw high vibe things to me. If I have a real low vibration, maybe I have a bad day, maybe I have a lot of stress and I just kind of slip and I let my vibe get low, I'm going to attract low vibe things to me, like things breaking in my house, accidents, whatever. It's a different kind of energy. So just really work on yourself, work on staying high vibe, and literally good things will follow. Sherry Louise, fear nothing. Yes, I have to choose that the universe is aligning to bring me to my full potential and in a positive kind of way. I have to choose that. I have to know that. For personally, I've gotten rid of all my karma, so I'm not karmically tied here. So I can see where if people have karma and they have bad things happening to them. But at this point, we should be free of karma. And literally, the universe should be aligning for our highest good and only sending good things to us. As our vibration is raising, we're going to only have more high vibe things happening to us. Sherry, work on your heart chakra, literally. That's like chakra of the day. We have to heal that separateness pain. And it's so painful. Like, I didn't realize it till I got with my twin flame, and then I understood that I had so much pain from that illusion of being separate and feeling so alone this life. Just work at healing your heart chakra. That was the illusion. We're never, ever alone. We're never separate. Luis Colindres, Conflict and Defeat. And then really quick, the link to my website is above. We do energy work, we teach Reiki classes, and I do readings, so you can always check out the link above when you guys get off here if you need me for anything. Luis Colindres, Conflict and Defeat. This is where I'm at. I'm here every day though. People don't see me where I'm on my knees every day from this battle that I'm fighting. And I'm fighting a battle for humanity. People don't realize that a lot of the time. I know you guys see my feeds and my healing stuff, or you see me all over Facebook, but I'm really fighting a battle. And you can only do that when you're void of ego, literally. So the universe, if my ego ever surfaces, I get slammed back on my knees really fast, unlike most people. When you're on your knees like that, that's the best place to be. Surrender, pray to God, hand it over to God. It's the best place to start from. Rock bottom is the best place to be, because then you have everything stripped away and you're more your authentic self. Monica Lawrence. Yeah, I feel great today. I feel great. I had a good weekend. So I like to go live when I feel high vibe, because I'm sending you guys all healing energy. Right now I'm taking any lower vibration energies off of you. And so I wanted to go live even though I'm a little bit late. So I'll definitely be live again tomorrow too. But Monica, definitely make more conscious decisions. Now that we're awake and we're aware, we can kind of untangle ourselves from this mess we've made. And you know what? Guess who created this world we don't like? We all did. I helped too. I had a negative polarity for a lot of my life, and I was making a very negative ripple effect. And I know a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. Now I'm making only a positive ripple effect, but it took me a long time to get that point. So I have a good understanding of how all this works. Just make better decisions. We have to untangle ourselves from living so unconsciously for so long. Just think about things a little bit better. Have more patience, planning. Don't just make rash decisions, because every choice that you're making right now, you have infinite possibilities. Any choice you're making could limit yourself or whatever. So just make really conscious decisions. Ali Menez, good morning. It's always exciting, right? I took the weekend off. I'm back. The world fell apart without me, I guess. Well, I'm back. I've been resting and rejuvenating a lot this week. This card is for the collective because we're about to have a new moon on Saturday, and then you know it doesn't dissipate. It just kind of picks up intensity till the full moon. So I've been resting and rejuvenating. I've been doing a lot of dream work and seeing some of you guys in the dream world. I've been doing major work in the dream world and sleeping a lot and resting. So I recommend that you guys sleep before the moon comes. Meditate, get out into nature, recharge. Christy Wright, balance. Let's see. Sorry, I have to look at my message because I think it was ludicrous. Sometimes I am hard to reach via message. Sometimes you guys will get why, or someday you'll get why. Chrissy Wright, literally balance. This is where I'm at too. I'm trying to have perfect balance in my life. So I'm trying to balance my own personal life with my light work. That's where I'm always at. I have to be really careful with my energy. So for me, what that looks like is I get really good sleep every night. I take melatonin. I drink a lot of liquids. I eat good foods. I take good care of my body, and I put myself on kind of a regular schedule. So you guys know Monday through Thursday I'm on here pretty regularly, like literally. So it's about balance, or you'll get drained. You'll just burn out. You know, you won't be able to do it forever. So work on balance in your own life. For me, we're mind, body, soul complexes. So I have to have balance of my mind, my body, and my soul. So work on all three aspects and more balance. Dolores Frank. Good morning. Good morning, Dolores. You're doing so good. You're one too. I'm glad you're tuning in because you've been letting go of fear too for a while. I think it's just your horoscope sign. Some horoscope signs are more susceptible to it than others, and my twin flame's a Virgo, and I bring out all his fears, and he has a lot of them. And I'm really good at that. I like to bring out your fears. How else can we heal them if I don't bring them out? So some people might not understand what I'm doing or whatever, but I like to bring these things out so we can heal them collectively. You're so successful in anything you're doing right now. You can manifest anything that you want. You have complete control of your life. And so many of us are just taking control of our life and changing it to the way that we want. But any kind of thing you're going after right now, you're going to be so successful in. As our vibration is raising, it's just going to change our entire worlds completely. Louis Collindres, crown chakra, literally. Anyone working on a chakra, one of our best services we do is a chakra opening, where we literally will remove any energetic blocks and make sure all of your chakras are open and aligned. And I don't know, for me, I have to have all my chakras open all the time, because then you have more source energy flowing through your body, and it's just a lot better. Work on your crown chakra. You can work on it yourself or get a chakra opening sometime. Literally, like, just wear the color purple, think I am statements, tune in, pray more, meditate, and work on your connection with source. Brittany Duncan, temptation. You're being tested. We all are. How are we going to level up so fast if we're not being tested? And this is Earth School, so I know people feel like, oh, I'm not being tested. Well, you're in school here. So we're all being tested, but you're leveling up so fast. Sometimes these tests can look like someone that needs your situation, needs your help in a situation, or like if you have a really stressful time, like the universe will push you to your breaking point to see how you respond literally. It could look like a homeless person that needs your money, or just whatever. Just keep your eyes peeled and you're going to do amazing at it. A lot of this matrix is gauging our emotional response to things. So sometimes that's how we're really being tested, where you just get overloaded and you feel like you're at your breaking point. Jessica El Grasso, good morning. And you hate authority like me. Let me go through my usual little rant. Hopefully we're memorizing these things. This is why I do these repetitive sounding things all the time, but this is the kind of programming we want in our consciousness, not that garbage television programming where every 5 seconds you're going to have an ad on TV making you sick with these kind of, with these kind of symptoms all over the place. We don't want that kind of programming anymore. We don't need elite programming. We'll leave it. And we need some kind of positive programming. So, none of us like authority. Most of us were Celts and we were all killed, as in burned alive. We've had really scary, dark past lives. Literally, that's why you can't remember all your past lives this time, because we've kind of seen some dark stuff. We've been tortured. We've been basically tortured and imprisoned by these very systems in different forms and in different societies. So a lot of us have kind of a deep-seated hate for authority because we don't like to be controlled. We know that we're all equal, and we're really sensitive to any kind of manipulation or control. Just as an empath, it's just kind of encoded in your DNA. We might deal with it, but we don't like it. So literally, you're not going to go out and dismantle any kind of systems like you think, oh, I'm going to go riot like in the UK. That's the worst thing that you can do. It's not going to help anything. It's just going to make things worse for all of us. So that's not going to help. What you're going to do is you're going to take that focus and that energy and put it back on your life, put it back on yourself, put it back into changing yourself. We can't literally go change this whole world. That's not how it's going to be done. We're going to take that focus, put it on ourselves, and change ourselves. Work at eating better foods, purifying our energy, manifesting better things, and it will change the collective as a whole, literally what we're seeing. Sharma and Kit, I have money problems. So does 99% of the people here, I would say. We were born into a poverty mindset. We were all born into a prison system that we cannot see, that maybe you can feel, but you can't really see it. You cannot see the bars. They are invisible, but it exists. We were born into a sort of poverty mindset kind of paradigm, and we're just trying to get out of that. I grew up thinking that I would never have any money, I would never have what I needed, or never have enough of stuff. So I'm really reprogramming myself, because now I know that's not true, and that my birthright is abundance, and that I'm supposed to retune myself to abundance and love. So just be aware of that. You're also working on your third eye, which is blocked by the illusion. And that is the illusion. You're actually abundant and you have everything you've ever needed all the time. Maybe it's the things that we want we don't have, but we have what we need. Jen Montaline, it's sad that it's the same two people that watch me too every time when I go live and troll my videos, and everyone knows who it is. So it just makes them look bad. If anything, I just ignore it. Hi Jen, good morning. I know, right? Facebook. I see that people really want to shut down my feeds, and if anything, it just kind of makes me do them more, and I'm learning how to ignore it. But I can feel the energy, so it kind of affects me, but I'm learning how to get through it. I've almost solved the whole problem of it. Because a lot of these accounts keep just getting blocked every time I go live, so it's kind of silly. I don't know who would go through the whole trouble of making a fake Facebook account just to troll someone's videos. It seems kind of pathetic to me. Like, I think people could go read a book outside. They could meditate. Let me see. I'm going to go to a salt cave meditation this weekend. What else am I going to do? We're just always trying to do fun things, like get outside, go pet your dog, go read a book, go chill, go kiss someone, I don't know, go make some memories, get out into nature. There's just better things people could be doing with their time, so it's not hurting me in any way, it's just kind of hurting them and sucking their time up, I guess. I mean, I just have better things to do with my time, like I like to do fun things. So Jen has infinite probabilities in front of her, literally. This card would go on infinitely. Infinite doorways. We have to make better choices and better decisions. I'm not letting anyone ruin my vibe anymore. I can feel it energetically and it affects me, and I'll gladly take on that lower energy anytime so that you guys don't have to. I would rather anytime do that job. But I'm not going to let it affect me anymore. When I get off of here, I'm going to sage and I'm going to close all this out and I'm going to cut my cords and I'm going to go back to my life, and it's cool. So I'll gladly do that for you guys, but just make better decisions. Stop letting negativity ruin your vibe. If we ignore it, if we don't feed these trolls and we ignore it, it'll literally dissipate and go away. So we have to be careful what we're putting our energy into, because these are just kind of like traps to lower our vibration. Caitlin Batters. I know I'll go real early tomorrow though, because they don't get up that early. It's because I went live later today. So I'll go live at my normal time tomorrow. It'll be cool. Caitlin Batters, good morning. Fertility. Caitlin's having another baby. I can't wait. Maybe. I mean, that's realistic with you, but it could mean abundance too. I like to say that to people to freak them out. It could mean a baby if you want a baby, but it could mean abundance. So either way, it could be amazing. Yeah, angels don't give negative messages. They don't tell people to be afraid of things. I don't know. In my world anyway. Brittany Duncan. In my world anyway. Wisdom. Angels are also on a real high vibratory complex. So if I want to communicate with angels, I have to raise my vibe, and fear's of a low vibe. So it's already hard enough without fear for me to communicate with angels. So just be aware of that, because fear's of real low vibration. Brittany is here for wisdom, literally wisdom. That's what I'm here for too. I believe that in knowledge, it changes our perspective literally, and it will help set our soul free. I don't know, I like having the perspective that you guys are all me, and I'm working on seeing myself in everyone. I'm working on seeing everyone as divine, and just me in other life. And it's doing amazing things for my world. So changing my perspective has been nothing but amazing, and it's enabling me to be kinder to people. Amanda Mamasur, good morning. Accelerated truth, literally, accelerated motion. This is accelerated truth. You guys are really going through this fast. Things are starting to pick up. Now we're getting crazy planetary storms too, like on top of this space storms. So things are picking up intensity with everything going on, whether it be the weather, whether it be things happening spatially, with our learning, with our lessons. Things are picking up. You guys are getting ready to graduate. You guys are ready to ascend and get out of this dimension. So the universe is giving us many lessons all at once to get us like ready and where we need to be on point. So things are picking up intensity. What you guys can do to kind of combat this is meditate. Go find a place to ground. I was outside. We were weeding out the flower garden last night, and I just went outside barefoot and was doing it so that I could ground and connect with the earth. Connect with the earth. That's the best thing that you can do for your vibration, literally. Get outside, meditate, become that calm in the storm, because we're fine. We're grounded. We know what grounded is. What about the people that don't know what grounding is? What about the people that are choosing to stay asleep? They're kind of going through it more than we are. At least we have a good perspective. We're staying high vibe. There are people that have it a lot worse than us. So whoever told me they have money problems, how about the people in Africa that are starving? How about the people dying of cholera in Yemen with no medical care right now? There are people all over the world suffering in poverty. There's 2.1 million people eating trash out of trash cans in South America, in Venezuela. There are people literally starving to death all over the world. So I know you guys think, oh, I'm broke, I have money problems. You have everything that you need right now. Only when we can see that will we attract more abundance. Only when we're grateful for what we have will we ever attract more. Trisha, I know, I had 111 viewers. I love it. Good morning. I'm high vibe. I'm cool. I'm not choosing fear. I'm choosing love. And I'm hoping you guys all choose love too. And we can be love. We can be the light. We don't need the light to come save us. We are that light. All we have to do is stay happy and high vibe, and we light up like a Christmas tree. Trisha is no longer discontent and bored, because she realizes that her mission as a mom to that little boy and this little girl coming is beyond amazing. And it might seem mundane to some people. Well, my mission is to be a mom. Yeah, you're conscious parenting, and that's going to save this entire world. That is the third wave, those kids, and you're their guardian, and the universe has entrusted you with them. So don't be bored with it at all. Know you're on your mission, and you're doing an amazing job. You're going to raise two amazing souls, some warriors. Cassie Barnes. Firm foundation. Let go of fear. Chakra of the day. Root. We're letting go of fear. And it's funny because we live in America. Wow, that's the root chakra of the world. We live in the root chakra, okay? And the root chakra is kind of opening up for the first time in a long time. You can clearly see it with these earthquakes, with Yellowstone. It's about to probably, in some kind of way, open up. Like as above, so below. I believe that the earth chakras have to open too as we're opening ours. And I don't know, something might kind of go crazy there. So let go of fear. Just know that you're divinely protected. We didn't choose to come here to all die in certain annihilation. That just wouldn't be something you would have chose. Why would we work so hard for that? Like, I'm not buying it. I'm going to believe that I came here, I did a hell of a journey, and I worked so hard so I could see something amazing at the end. Not so I could see something depressing and everything just go up. I have to believe that we're going to see something magical and amazing. So I'm sending you guys all a ton of healing energy. I'm going to get off here just because of the weird energy. But I'll be back tomorrow morning. Let go of fear completely, please, because all it's doing is lowering your vibration, literally. Have faith that the universe is divinely guiding you and that you guys are right where you should be, and just let go of this fear. I'm sending you all a ton of healing energy, and I'll be back earlier tomorrow so the trolls will be sleeping. Bye!